Hey there guys, what's going on? Sursend here. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Talk. Guys new around here, make sure you subscribe button, ring the little bell, give it a like and a comment. And there is a playlist if you want to go and catch the first episodes. You may as well. It's a chill game. Yeah. What do we have on the paper today? We have Rachel Florencia confirmed to perform at Coachella 2020. That's our girl from last episode. Coachella organizer remind parents not to allow their children to attend unsupervised because there'll be zombies and werewolves. Gail Naiman and Maruki Harukubi to collaborate for new IP. Okay, who's our first guest? Is it Freya? Sorry, we're not open yet. Oh, it's Neil. Fuck me. Oh, Neil, you've come very early today. Is there anything I can help you with? There's definitely something that you can do. What is it? Can we work here? Huh? Excuse me, what? Is it possible for us to work here? What? Why? We have learned something precious since we first arrived here. Communication is very important on Earth. And Earthlings communicate in a very complicated way. It blows our mind to learn that you need to mix between verbal and non-verbal communication here. Yes. I can see that your communication skill has improved an awful lot since you arrived. That is true. But it is not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we have learned. We learned them here. This made us think. Instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly. Sounds like a good strategy. That is why we asked you to allow us to work here. Because you want to interact with our customers. That is correct. I'm not sure about this. Neil, normally if you're applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through a certain process before you can finally get the job, if you get it at all. Oh. Let me think this over if you don't mind, and I'll let you know tomorrow. Oh no. We are sorry for our spontaneity. But it has to be today. May I know why? Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow. You're going to Coachella, aren't you? Okay. Okay, thank you. But with one condition, you won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that. Once I'm done, you will give the cup to the customer. Understood? Oh, for fuck's sake, he's gonna fuck up all the orders and I'm gonna get in trouble. There are other things you need to keep in mind. What is that? In dealing with customers, some people come here just to chill. They might come just for drink, work, or something to read. I strongly suggest you let them be. But always be prepared if they want to talk about anything. How can we know whether people want to be left alone or not? That won't be easy. You'll be able to judge based on their body language. Non-verbal signs, yes. It will be very hard for us, indeed. Don't worry, I'll give you a sign. When you should start talking, or when you should stop. We will need that so much. Well, that's basically all you need to do here. Do we need a special outfit for the job? Not really. I'll lend you an apron though. It'll keep your suit clean. And to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiation, but it'll make you look more legit for the job. That's a very earthling thing to do. It is. Alright then. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for it? We are. Okay. Let's start the night. Hang on, I want to just check my tomato chill. Ray is done, Georgie's done, Gal is done, Lou is done, Bailey's almost done, Hyde's done, Myrtle's done, Rachel's almost done. Good. Neil, I don't want to do Neil's. I don't like Neil's story. We're getting close to the end. I think. I don't actually know. This could be like a really long game. How many drinks are there? Fucking hell. Welcome. Holy wow. What the hell is happening? Good evening, Miss Freya. Hey, Soder, what's going on here? Well, Neil is working here tonight. And I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero for an alien invasion. Yeah, it's not that. Neil is just helping out. You never look like someone who needs help. There are a few things to clarify, Miss Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it's the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who is getting help from the barista. Not the other way around. Okay. What? We have learned things since we arrived and came to the conclusion... Alright, I'm just getting a bit more comfortable. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn about how Earthlings communicate. We thought this place was the best place to learn. And you agreed to this? On one condition. I make the drinks. Neil will only be here to serve and communicate. Fair trade. Is it? What's in it for you then? What? You're helping them here. What do you get in return? Now that you mention it, is there anything you want from us? Please do not hesitate to ask. Don't mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here, Freya. If I still need to write for the paper again, what happened? The chief found out. Oh. Is that why you didn't come yesterday? Yeah. How did she find out? Do you remember my fateful meeting with the higher up? In the elevator? Yes. Same thing happened with my chief. They met each other in the lift. And the higher up mentioned our encounter to her. Chief called me into her office and things went downhill from there. She realized immediately that it was the reason for my poor performance lately. She didn't like it, of course. Sorry to hear that. What are you gonna do now? Write the goddamn novel, I guess. And after that, hope it sells well. If not, I don't know. We do not understand what is really happening, Miss Freya, but we feel an immense sadness and frustration you feel. We feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house. Huh? You allowed to do that? We will pay for the drink. No, it's okay. It's on the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil. That was the best thing to do according to our senses. It was. So what do you want to drink, Miss Freya? Your favourite. Our favourite? Anything. I trust you with the decision. Okay. Coffee. Honey and cinnamon. I think that's a new one, sugar and spice. Here's your drink. Specially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop. Well, who else is gonna brew it? Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks, but today I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? I can prepare the draft in a few days, I think. Now that I don't really have to care about other deadlines. And if I manage to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood, that sounds doable. Even without the caffeine infusion. Excuse me, Miss Freya? We've learned extensively about Earthlings' bodies and about all the races. We do not think infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable. I'm sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation. It was just... Neil. Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee. Oh. We're glad to hear that then. That was a figure of speech, Neil. Now we have heard about that term. This is still very hard for us to understand your language. It will always be hard. Languages will keep on changing. Understood. Oops. At least we are here now to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Miss Freya, if we may ask away. How fast do you write? Not fast enough, apparently. But do you have numbers? Numbers? How many words do you produce per day? I don't think I have an exact number. But full time? I should be able to write between 3 and 5,000 words per day. That's a lot. That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with about half of what I originally wrote. According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is between 50 and 100,000. That's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much. That is a pleasant information to hear. I read that right and thought I read it wrong. How many words do you need to write? Let's see. I think I should be around 15,000 words. That's pretty big for a pitch draft. Well, it's Grah Media, the biggest publisher around. If we count based on the number of words, it seems like you will be able to achieve your target easily. I wish. Writing isn't about number of words, Neil. It requires things outside the mere word count. If we only judged writers by their ability to write large number of words, then we wouldn't have poetry or short stories. That is pretty hard to understand. Well, we learned beforehand that art is difficult to master, even for Earthlings. Yup. Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand, from languages to arts. Right again. But you're not wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, but it's still up there. So it's still a valid parameter? Definitely. Cool. That didn't sound like you at all, Neil. Guess you really are learning something on Earth. Oh, another guest. Oh, Jesus. Good evening, Miss Myrtle. I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks? I'm still responsible for that. Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. Okay. Not sure what this is, but we're gonna make it. Your order's ready. Not bad, thanks. You are welcome. What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle? Psst, Neil, some people come to the coffee shop just to sit without being disturbed. Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's usual visits here. Actually, I'm not here to just sit without being disturbed. Huh? Hard not. I was just training Neil on how to talk with the customers here. I can see that. You're still trying to get laid? No, we are not. We are tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other. Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. One suggestion, if you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language. Start talking the way we talk. Start listening the way we listen. Which essentially is not really listening at all. That would be very difficult to achieve, but we will try. Step by step. One small step for you might be one giant leap for your kind. That was nicely said, Miss Ray. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you are not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone, then? Yeah. Is it Aqua? Uh-huh. What's the occasion? No special occasion, it's just... I'm sorry. I'm late. I was supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What is happening here? Okay. Where's Solar? Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here. Oh, you're safe. Yes, everything is fine. Oofed. Okay. Please, let me take a breath. Here, please drink this water. Feeling better now? Yes. I'm sorry. It's alright, Miss Aqua. Everyone has been surprised to see me here. What are you doing here, anyway? We're starting to think that we might need to make a recording for the answer to this question. You don't need to tell me if you don't want to. No problem, Miss Aqua. It's time for our break anyway. Well, here's the deal. Please, yeah, thank you. That's really interesting. Very nice of you to do this, sir. It's nothing, really. But do you really think one day is enough to learn everything? Definitely not. We do not want to disturb this place business for any longer. As if this place cares about business. Besides, we want to travel around the planet more. This coffee shop is a good start. I'm struggling to fucking read with this cold. But we cannot limit ourselves to this place. It's not even a cold. I feel fucking fine. It's just with this. My sinuses are blocked. Where do you want to go after this? Coachella. What? What are you going to do to Coachella? According to our research, there are many breedings happening during Coachella. That's why we decided the event will be our next target. Well, you're not wrong. Didn't you say the baby has to be born out of love? What? We noticed that. But we also noticed that we need to know a lot more about Earthlings, including the breeding matters. That is what we will study at Coachella. After that, we will be very, very ready to breed with so many female Earthlings. Oh my god, I shouldn't say this, but hell. That sounds like the best planet you've had since you got here. We know. We surprised ourselves. Well, please, Miss Freya, let us stop talking about our plan. We work here today. First, let us return to our spot behind the bar. So our discussion with Miss Myrtle was stopped abruptly. Oh yes, I forgot about that. What are you two doing together? It's nothing. We're just friends, you know. We just want to hang out and talk about our work. We both work in the same field, remember? Yes, that's it. No, it's not. There's a lot more to this. I don't have much experience in game development, you see. I thought your research was in computer graphics. Yes, but I never made a game from scratch before. I was always a bystander. So I've been asking Myrtle for feedback from time to time. I got the hiccups, fuck me. Today I wanted to thank her directly. But she arrived first, so I couldn't buy her a drink. Never mind that. I'd refuse it anyway. But wait, you want to thank her directly? Does it mean you're done with the game? Excuse me, Miss Freya. It should be your and not your. Oh, you're correcting my grammar now, huh? It was a slip of the tongue, okay? Your and your. How do you say that differently? Your and your. You can't. How did you even pick up on that anyway? It's not like what I'm saying is written down anywhere. Yeah. We just know. Back to you, Aqua. So, you done with your game? There's quite a lot of things I need to polish and fix. But players can enjoy the experience from start to finish. What kind of feedback do you give people for a video game? That depends on the game. But in Aqua's case, most of my advice was about the pacing, control, UI, and UX. Must be fun to have finished working on your creation. It surely removed some of the weight on my chest, just to replace it with another weight. You mean there's still more to come after you're done? I'm not done with my book. I just lost my job. I can't finish this draft on time. I'm done. And even after all that, if it doesn't sell well, I'm even more done. Doubly done. Sorry to hear that, Freya. But please, be more confident. I'm even starting to doubt myself. I read some of your short stories, you know. Or read some of your... After our first meeting, I subscribed to the Evening Whispers app. And I read some of the stuff you wrote. Read some of the stuff you wrote. They're really good, you know. Some of them are better than others. But it's still an enjoyable experience to read them. So I'm excited to check out your book once it's done. You're too kind, Aqua. What you're going through is more or less the same as what Myrtle's going through. I'm sure you'll both be fine. Ugh, you don't have to talk about it in front of other people. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that sharing is caring, you know? Okay, okay. Thank you for helping me share with other people. I am really sorry. I know I said thanks already, right? But you put so much emphasis on share. Sarcasm, I know that. Huffed Aqua. I'm sorry if it sounded that way, but yeah, I kind of get what you're dealing with. Although it's a bit different for me. It's your problem. Burnout. Been working out something for 2 years straight, but no one outside the office knows about it. And those who do don't seem to appreciate it at all. I thought Full Metal Conflict had a new game every 2 years. Yes. I don't really work on them. Not directly. What do you work on? A secret project. I'll tell you under friend NDA, okay? Alright, I'm not with the paper anymore anyway. I'm part of a special team. We're tasked with making a breakthrough in the studio. We need to be able to make a prototype for the new IP. Or worst case, another FMC game in a different genre. Isn't that a dream job for some people? Meh. That's what I thought at first. You're a writer, right? Yes, she writes. Imagine being a writer, but you can't publish anything you write for years. Doesn't sound like a pleasant situation at all. My team has been making pitches, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands. Out of all those countless pitches, only a handful got approved for prototyping. And so far, none of the prototypes have been approved. That must be brutal. Ouch. There's only 7 of us on the team. The 7 Samurai, that's what they said. Oh god, sorry. So you haven't released anything in the last 2 years. Sometimes our team works to support others when they're going through a current cycle. I don't like the way it keeps text is so long. We have that whole space you put the text across. We need to hit almost an impossible target. We jump in. No wonder your folks were consumed the 7th Samurai. I guess, yeah. By the way, Marple, I just realized. What? Usually developers get their vacation time after finishing a project, right? More or less, yeah. When was the last time you had a vacation? Are they all gonna go to Coachella? Before I joined the company, I guess. That's like 4 years ago. Uh-huh. Dude, no wonder you're so burnt out. Yes, that's why. You need a vacation. I can't just take one. You can. In fact, you will. In fact, you'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow it's not done yet. You'll take it tomorrow and the day after, and off. Okay. Where should I go? Don't worry, I'll take care of that. You will? I'm going with you for this long weekend vacation. What about Max West? That's not this weekend. Forget about it now. Hey, okay. But I can't do it tomorrow. How about starting Friday? Still a long weekend getaway, right? Alright. I'm so excited. Wow, Aqua. You look like a different person. Really? I'm sorry. Don't be. Okay, it's settled then. I need to go home now and prepare for our getaway. I'll come with you. To my apartment? No, we'll walk together to the bus stop just like last time. Oh. I think Aqua has feelings for Myrtle. It's very obvious. Everyone, see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye. Have fun. Take care out there. I forgot Neil was here. Fuck me. May you find joy during your vacation. Okay. See you folks later. I just want to check this real quick. We got a new thing for Myrtles. I don't think Neil's one's gonna actually update. Aqua's done. Few more. Here's Freya. Vacation, huh? You definitely need one, Freya. I know, but not now. Got to finish this draft first. As we have said before, you can do it, Miss Freya. Thanks, Neil. Anyway, are you gonna close anytime soon? Depends. Why? I'm in the mood for some writing. Then please take your time. You sure? you want another drink to be... You want another drink to be going on with? Still on the house. I definitely would say no. Oh, and that's the end of this chapter. Episode. Whatever I'm doing. This is an episode. Friday, October 2nd. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, drop a like, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm going to leave this recording session here because I'm not able to do another episode. So, anyway. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Coffee Talk. Goodbye for now.